Have you ever heard an interview with a famous musician and felt completely caught off guard? Take Keith Urban. He spent much of his career coming up in Australia, and when he speaks, his accent is unmistakably from down under. Put a guitar in his hands, start the backing track, and his voice transforms. Suddenly, he sounds like he was raised right in Texas. This surprising phenomenon happens across different genres and decades. Listen to the legendary Joan Armatrading sing, and you would never guess her Caribbean roots or British upbringing based on her vocals alone. Why does adding a melody seem to magically erase a performer's regional identity? The phenomenon is the result of a collision between two forces: the strict physical rules of human vocal cords and the economic rules of the music industry. This animation shows the distinct difference between talking and singing. When human speech conforms to a musical melody, the inherent meter, rhythm, and tone all change. This forces a specific linguistic shift called a loss of rhoticity, naturally dropping the hard R sounds at the ends of words. To hold a note and match the rhythm, singers drop rigid consonants so they can stretch out the vowels. That physiological requirement to hold a note instantly strips away a lot of the sharp phonetic markers that build regional dialects. The singer is simply letting their mouth prioritize the music over spoken precision. In France, there is even a practice called yogurt English, where singers mimic the syllables and smooth vowels of English songs purely by sound, without actually knowing the words. Classically trained opera singers operate on the exact same principle. They can perform an entire aria flawlessly in Italian without speaking the language. Because this process naturally elongates vowels and flattens consonants, it pulls the singer toward a neutral phonetic profile that happens to mirror the foundations of the American accent. Biology alone doesn't entirely erase an accent. There is an active, conscious choice at play, a linguistic concept known as performance speech. When the Beatles first started out, their earliest recordings were distinctly British. As they evolved, they intentionally altered their voices. Their motivation was commercial. They wanted to conquer the incredibly lucrative market in the United States during the height of Beatlemania. To achieve that reach, they consciously flattened their heavy Liverpudlian accents. They adopted R&B and blues vocal tones, imitating the American rockers they respected to capture a massive new demographic. As the industry sought to maximize this global appeal, the target shifted toward the Midwestern standard, a linguistic baseline designed to be intelligible across the widest possible territory. Television networks rely on this exact same accent for their national broadcasters to ensure clarity and neutrality. A neutral Midwestern tone lacks the unknown biases or stigmas that listeners might attach to a deep Southern drawl or a thick New York accent. It scales across regions because everyone can understand it without straining. In the recording studio, sounding American is a calculated disguise. It is a strategic business decision engineered to maximize a record's global reach and avoid alienating potential buyers. The voice coming through the radio operates as a unique performance dialect. This pop dialect is a highly engineered oral profile found only within the recording arts. This diagram illustrates how the specific sound sits squarely at the intersection of two demands: the physical necessity of elongated vowels and the commercial pressure to appeal to a massive audience. When international stars step up to the microphone, they are rarely pretending to be from the United States. They are speaking the universal language of modern music, a language shaped equally by the limitations of human vocal cords and the capitalist pursuit of a global hit.